So I'm in Allensworth this weekend with my mom and grandma and my sister, and we're on a tour, a little walking tour, just see this historic town. It's now a national park, and yeah, if you have time to check it out, you definitely should. It's a huge part of Black history. They're doing their Juneteenth celebration today, but it's open throughout the year. Just go on their website and see the times.
My grandma told me about the time she lived in Allensworth in the 1960s. She told me Allensworth was founded at the turn of the century by a Black man for Black people. The man who founded the town was named Allen Allensworth. He was an American chaplain, colonel, city founder, and theologian. Born into slavery in Kentucky in 1842, he escaped during the American Civil War by joining the 44th Illinois Volunteers as a Union soldier. He worked as a teacher, led several churches, and was appointed as a chaplain in the United States Army. He became the first Black American to reach the rank of lieutenant colonel in the United States Army. He served for 20 years, retiring in 1906.
He joined the Union Navy as a result of the Emancipation Proclamation, 1863. And he worked on a number of these gunboats, USS Pittsburgh, USS Mud City, and he was the chaplain, or the steward, I should say, for the ship's petty officer. And after the war was concluded, he joined the Freedmen's Bureau, which is being run by the Union Army, and he was an agent and a teacher for the Bureau. So he traveled all throughout the American South. This is the beginning of his work as a teacher and then as an educational administrator during that era. And it'd be years later that he rejoined the military as chaplain for the 24th Infantry. But they traveled all over. They were all over the West. Some of the schools that he helped establish are still in operation today. I don't know if I showed you this on the last tour, but this is the main project I'm working on here at Allensworth, although Allensworth's just a part of it. But yeah, Allensworth, he'd been one of the leaders. He'd been the chaplain for the 24th Infantry Club.
Yeah, we went to Sequoia. We went to Yosemite. You went to Yosemite. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were there. They were both those places. They were basically acting as park police, as wildland firefighters, and building up the early infrastructure leading into the park. So the 198 highway, which leads into Sequoia, that was entirely constructed by, at least the supervision of it was done by the first African American superintendent of the national parks, Colonel Charles Young.
Yeah. Oh, really? What were they hunting?
Rabbit.
Yeah.
Rabbit, squirrel.
There's actually a rabbit trapped in that little corner right now. right back behind the farm equipment. And there's still rabbits here right now, I'll tell you that much. There's a rabbit in this barn with us.
I'm going to twist this here, right here, in a different direction.
This is like your key, right? And so you would engage this guy here. It's a giant spring, it's a round spring. Let's see here. And you would basically wind that spring up kind of like a clock. And then the brake should be set, but it's not. Okay, well, that's great. It's supposed to, basically you'd have your brake to stop it so that you can set the record. And then set down the needle. And this is set too slow, so I have to put it through its speed.
You've had one of these?
Feel it at the bottom and up into your oven, and then these, and then you got the flame coming through, and
That's like when I run my hand through this.
this thing, I'm assuming it's curling hair. Do you think? They put it on like hot, and then you just curl it.
Allensworth is located in Tulare County and was established by Allen Allensworth in 1908. The town was the first in California to be founded, financed, and governed by Black Americans. Allensworth's restored buildings in the original town site now occupy Colonel Allensworth State Historic Park. By 1914, the town had established a schoolhouse, becoming California's first Black American school district. It also had a courthouse, a Baptist church, a hotel, and a Tulare County library. The town experienced hardship after the Santa Fe rail system moved its railroad stop from Allensworth to Alpog in 1914. In September of that same year, Colonel Allensworth died in Monrovia, California, where he was struck by a motorcycle while crossing the street. Many later moved away following the First World War. The town was later memorialized as a state park in 1974. The area around the park is inhabited, but it hosts seasonal events to preserve its history.